What's up, you guys? Today we're going to start some seeds to grow for our veggie garden this season. Big thanks to San Diego Seed Company for providing the seeds we have today. I am so excited to grow these in the garden. We're going to be growing mainly tomatoes this year, my favorite thing to grow during the summer months. These are dwarf variety cultivated by San Diego Seed Company. We have Golden Gypsy, Uluru Okra, Chocolate Lightning, Rosella Purple, and these all sound awesome. And what I love about this is that you only need about 18 to 24 inches of spacing to grow them. This is great for urban settings, especially if you want to plant them by pot or you don't have enough space in the garden. A couple other things we're starting today are the cool customer cucumber and Corvair spinach. I love these. To start the seeds, we are using coco coir as a growing medium, Ziploc bags, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later. And I have my 3-inch starter pots. I reuse these every year. After I'm done starting my seeds, I wash them off, I stack them, and store them. Now take a lesson from me when it comes to the coco coir and store them in a dry place. I didn't do that and I left it outside where it received several bouts of moisture while it was still in its package. So now what I have is literally a dense brick of coco coir that won't expand when it receives moisture. I noticed that 15 minutes later, after I had poured water on it, it didn't expand like it's supposed to, and so I ended up having to break it up. And long story short, I had to keep breaking it up until it resembled the hydrated, fluffy coco coir that it's supposed to be. So don't do what I did and store your coco coir in a dry place. Now, I don't know about you, but there is something so satisfying about filling pots with soil or your grow medium of choice. One thing about it is getting your hands dirty. Gripping that moist soil in the palm of your hands just grounds you and makes you one with the earth. I think the other satisfying thing about filling pots is imagining the plants that you're about to grow from them. I feel like you gain a sense of new life because what you're about to do is bring it forth in the pot that you're filling. I want to know what you guys think. Do any of you feel the same when filling pots with soil? Okay, so remember those Ziploc bags? We're going to be using them as mini greenhouses. This is an awesome tool instead of setting up a greenhouse that you might not have room for. In each pot, I am sowing about 4 seeds each. It's good to sow multiple seeds because mishaps can happen. Having multiple seedlings ensures that you will have extra plants to put out in the garden just in case something happens to one of them. When it comes time to plant them, you can thin them out by chopping down the plants that you're not going to use, or split them up and keep them growing, and you can give them out to your friends and family, or you can continue having spare plants just in case something happens to the ones that you have in the garden. One thing I love about coco coir is that you can easily split plants apart because the medium is so fluffy. So it's okay to have multiple plants in one pot because you can easily separate them later on. It also makes it easier to fan out the roots when it's time to plant them in the garden. In these pots, I purposefully left a 1/4 inch of space so I can place the seeds on top and add the right amount of soil coverage. While you're doing this, don't forget to label your plants. One season I did that and I had no clue what vegetables I planted in each pot. So you can only imagine what happened, and yes, I had to wait for the plants to sprout and grow so I can figure out what plant I had in each pot. Frustrating. So yeah, guys, never forget to label your plants when you're sowing your seeds. You're gonna get stuck for the next few months trying to figure out what the heck you planted in each pot. So now I do my due diligence. So now I'm going to place my plants in their designated and labeled Ziploc bags. What I like about using Ziploc bags is that it's a small controlled environment for starting your seeds. You can be sure that it will maintain the right amount of moisture in the small space that it has. What I also love about these Ziploc bags is that they can be very portable if you need to move them around. And because they are small, controlled environments, starting seeds in Ziploc bags is pretty much set it and forget it. They're also like those science experiments that we had in grade school. So adorable. One last thing I like to do with these bags is to blow some air into them. It provides a little bit of structure and a lot more room for the seedlings to grow. Now, in order to start most vegetable seeds, temperature is very important. Along with moisture, warm temperatures signal the seeds to start growing. As you can see here, I've placed my starters on top of a heating pad. I've had this one for years, and this will keep them warm until they sprout. So now that that's set, these seeds may take about 2 to 3 weeks to sprout, and then maybe another month or month and a half of growth before I can transplant them into the garden. So in the meantime, I'm going to be working on my raised beds. I'm going to be working on the soil and prepping everything for transplant. So what I did today kind of shows that there's a lot of timing and preparation involved when it comes to growing vegetables in your garden. That's it for today. I still got a lot of stuff to do in the house, but I am excited to show you guys the progress of this season. So hey, thanks for watching, and make sure you like and follow for more videos.